Hello, I'm Executive Chef Joseph Schwartz. Welcome to our kitchen. Today I'd like to share with you my recipe for pâte choux. If you're not familiar with pâte choux, you may have seen it as an eclair, a cream puff, or profiterole. You could do a savory version, gougere. So join me now and I will show you exactly how easy this beautiful dessert is to make. The first thing we want to do is bring our ingredients to a boil. In a small sauce pot, I'm going to add half a cup of water, half a cup of whole milk, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick. We'll bring that to a boil. Now we have our liquid to a boil. I like to turn the heat to medium-low and then add our flour. It's 1 cup of flour. We will then stir it together and it will come up basically like a big dough ball. And there you have it. Should be like this. And now it's like a little bit of a rubbery dough ball. So once we've achieved this, we're going to remove it from here and put it into our mixing bowl. Now we have our the dough in the mixing bowl, and we let it cool for about 10 minutes or so. We now want to turn it on low speed. And we have here 4 whole eggs that are beaten. And we're gonna add them slowly. I would recommend adding them roughly an egg to an egg and a quarter at a time. So what we'll do is we pour in a little bit, and then we wanna mix it for about 30 seconds. And then we'll add the next increment, and so on. And there we have our choux pastry. Next thing we will do is we are going to scrape this from this and put it into a piping bag. Okay, now we have our choux and we're gonna get ready and start piping it. My recommendation is take a little bit of it and just maybe hit the 4 corners of your sheet pan like so. What this is gonna do is enable your parchment paper to stick on it. That. Because this dough is really sticky. Another trick I like to do is take a pastry brush and some water. Brush your parchment paper. This does 2 things. One, it's going to help prevent sticking, and also it's going to create some moisture while this is baking, and that moisture is going to help give that beautiful golden exterior, and while allowing it to remain airy in the center. So next, we'll begin piping. Next, how this has a little curlicue going on it, just take your fingers, dip into the water, and then kind of smooth it out. Well, now we have our little curly cues all smoothed out. We're ready for the baking. This is a two-stage baking process, and this is very critical. The first step is the oven preheated at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We will bake these for 20 minutes. When that 20 minutes is done, we will drop the temperature to 350 degrees and continue to bake for another 10 to 15 minutes. The critical part is do not open the oven, just drop the temperature. These, although easy to make, are extremely sensitive. If you open the oven door, humidity gets lost, so therefore the inside will not be airy and it's not going to puff. And that's the whole point of these. These particular things that we're making right now are going to be cream puffs. They are requested from my wife Agnes for her birthday. The biggest thing between a cream puff and profiterole, they're both a sweet little pastry. The biggest difference is the cream puff is typically filled with a whipped cream or pastry cream and finished off with some powdered sugar across the top. Where the profiterole many times can be filled with ice cream and then has a ganache, poured across the top of it. These ones are gonna have a little bit of everything going on, and they're gonna definitely be something that is a sweet tooth lover's dream. So without further ado, let's get this in the oven for our first step of the baking process. Well, here we are. Our product is removed from the oven, transferred to a cooling rack, and allowed to cool for about 20-30 minutes. You want to make certain that you cool them before you try to split them. So what I'll do is I will make a little cut here. And pop it open. And this is how it should be. It should be nice and airy with holes like that. Now we will fill it with either whipped cream, pastry cream, you could even flavor the whipped cream, anything like that. Ice cream is great in these. So there you have it. Very easy to do. Why buy them somewhere else when you can do it at home? Well, below there will be the recipe and step-by-step. If you have any questions, comments, please feel free to insert those as well. Thank you very much for joining us. You at Pâte.